quick. It's like 2 questions. So
Can I
let me
say
ask
something
you.
about that?
Let me ask you 2 things that ANCOMs can't answer that you, I'm sure, I certainly hope will be able to. All right. There is a woman looking for a roommate, and she chooses to discriminate against men because they're more likely to commit crime. Does this woman have a right to discriminate against all men because she's just kind of terrified, or actually she doesn't even want to tell you, she's just going to do it? Is she morally justified in doing that?
I mean, I don't personally want to justify it, but yeah, sure, why not? If she only wants to live with women, that's her own business.
Thank you. All right. 1 tally in the correct direction. Okay.
I already keep going.
I want to work for Ernest Hancock, but Ernest, he doesn't like me too much. He says, Keith, work around the house, and in exchange, I'll give you, I don't know, $20. So I end up working there, and he's able to reap $100 off the radio broadcasting system that I set up for him, and he only pays me $20. Am I morally justified in making this voluntary transaction where he makes $100 and I make $20?
Well, yeah, you're making a voluntary transaction.
And that is why you are not an anarcho-communist, because you understand people have the right to contract.
Well, can
I mean, look,
explain something really quick?
an internship is justified. You spending years researching without getting paid is justified. It's all about the voluntarism, not about the surplus labor theory of value exploitation nonsense.
Well, if we're going to go into further that, you can't necessarily be an anarcho-communist, because in order for communism to have any sort of sense of working, you have to have some sense of government. You have to have some sense of governance. So once you put communist there, you can't really have anarcho to back it up.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't say there should be no rulers. Also, you people don't have the right to voluntary contract.
But
then you're the ruler.
The reason I don't call myself an anarcho-capitalist, because calling myself an anarcho-capitalist implies that someone can, in fact, be an anarcho-communist, which someone cannot be. It does not logically make sense. So I refuse to call myself an anarcho-capitalist because it signifies that you can be an anarcho-communist when you can't.
Are you in favor of defunding the police?
I'm in favor of abolishing the police and making the police a private security to be handled by the market.
Abolish means not getting rid of them, but just privatize?
Right. So, because security is something that is so important, you can't have a government monopoly do it well. Just same reasons you don't have a socialized healthcare, you shouldn't have socialized security.
And would we have a better police force if it was privatized?
Of course, because then if someone if someone is violent or not doing their job correctly, they're going to have consequences, as opposed to the government letting them get off scot-free. And the police were the ones who kept everyone from defending themselves when all the rioting was happening last year. Only a government monopoly is the position to tell everyone, you got to sit there and watch your building get burnt down.
Yeah, that makes sense.